What's up everybody, Soul here with another video for your viewing pleasure, and today we're going to be talking about the big news with Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. Of course, as many of you know, it has reached 1 million copies sold. Of course, this is phenomenal. This is really good information, really good news. This is a niche title that they themselves at Square Enix did not expect to reach the charts this quickly as far as sales. Many people and many voices at different points have criticized Square Enix for their way in which they've handled this game release and how they've done things, but they have clearly blown their own expectations out of the water, and there has been a reaction to that. The big reaction, I'm not going to waste any time, we're just going to say it, is that Kazutoyo Maehiro has come out and said the entire development is incredibly grateful to you all, and we are taking this positive reception as motivation to continue considering future updates to make the game even more enjoyable and accessible to an even wider audience. Holy guacamole, what does that mean? Does that mean that we're going to be getting DLC? I read that as even more enjoyable and accessible to different parts. So basically, for those that have already enjoyed the title and that already have access to it, they're going to find ways to extend your ability to enjoy the game. To me, that's very clear, and that is foreshadowing of, I don't want to get everybody too hyped here, but honestly, from what I can see, at the very least, some updates, but DLC is where my mind goes. I think we're going to be getting some extra content for this game, and I cannot wait. I'm here for it. And then, of course, accessibility is one thing that a lot of people have been crying for as far as Final Fantasy Tactics, and honestly, rightfully so. They want to see the game out in more languages and in more areas as far as accessibility so that they can enjoy it in their native languages. And I think that that is something that is very reasonable to ask and to want. And why wouldn't they want to do that? It's a little bit costly to some extent, but it's proving to sell well. So surely they're going to make that little investment and get that across the line. But the big one, of course, is to make it more enjoyable. That's a huge quote right there from Maehiro, and so we can go on with confidence knowing that something is definitely cooking behind the scenes for Final Fantasy Tactics, and I cannot wait. What do you think it will be? Let's start speculating on that. Now, immediately, first, people are going to just say Dark Knight. Let's be honest. That's the thing that comes to most everybody's minds. And of course, we have the benefit of enjoying Dark Knight through mods. Huge shout out and thank you to the modding community. But yes, a lot of people are going to instantly think, well, that means Dark Knight's coming, right? And reasonably so. I think that that would be high on the list of things to add. I personally would love to see the War of the Lions content added to the game. I don't care if it says a DLC, I'll take that hit. And so, will that happen? I don't know, but that's something that I would absolutely love to see. And of course, when you get Dark Knight, and if you get War of the Lions, which this is all assumption, not fact, you're going to get Onion Knight with it too, surely. And so, those would be really exciting additions to the game, and it should be really simple to add to the game, as in it's already been expressed and explored in past iterations of the game, right? So it should be like a safe way to go about it. Now, let's talk about something that's not quite so safe, maybe, and that would be to add the multiplayer and or rendezvous into the game. Now, one thing that I've been critical on when it comes to Final Fantasy Tactics, Ivalice Chronicles, is that you have a Steam release here, but no multiplayer. That to me is bonkers. Give us the rendezvous, give us those co-op missions so that we can play this game with our friends, and you will see sales and playtime on this game go up. Will it be huge? I'm unsure, but one thing that I've been seeing and covering a lot in my videos as of late is the lack of good co-op games, and so why wouldn't you want to have this on the list? But yeah, to me it fits the more risky side of things, and so this is not something that we're necessarily guaranteed to get or likely to get, but I would certainly love to see. And then of course, let's talk about things that might be a little harder or less likely to see in the game, and that's things that have been talked about in the past by other game, I'm going to say devs, influencers, creators, like Yasumi Matsuno, who came out and said that he wanted to see more playable characters in the game. He wanted more of these personalities that we saw throughout the story of the Ivalice Chronicles be recruitable and playable. Something that he didn't end up doing that really became a little bit, I guess, difficult to pull off. I'm unsure the exact reasoning why they didn't do it, but he said it was something that was attractive to him. And is that something that we could see in the future? I would absolutely love to see some more playable characters to give us more ways to enjoy playing the game. Characters like Meliadul would absolutely be amazing to recruit and to have in your army, and could lead to some really interesting storylines and dialogues along the way. Now that would dramatically change the story, so it's less likely to see, like, would Wigraf even fall off the wagon if Meliadul didn't die? Really makes you think there, like, is that something that's plausible? Probably not, and that's why I put that on the furthest end of the spectrum as far as likely to happen, but it is something that was discussed and openly stated by Matsuno. He's a pretty open fellow, and so it's something that still could be tabled in the conversation, and so I would absolutely love that. One character I would absolutely love to see us to be able to recruit is Isolde. Isolde is a great character that really had a very short amount of screen time and was really likable, and I would love to be able to recruit Isolde and have him in the ranks of my army. But that is what it is, and so this is all speculation and nobody knows for sure. But what we can do is we can now, as fans, sit back. Our jobs are technically done. We have reached that 1 million mark. We have turned the heads at Square Enix. They are openly stating so, which is not like them historically, and they are saying, wow, this game is sold, and so we're going to come back and give it some more attention. We hear you. Yes, we hear you. That's exactly what we want. We want more content for this game. We want more Final Fantasy Tactics, and it seems like a huge W today as we're looking back and confirming all this information and these statements that are coming out from Square. So raise your fists, raise your hands. We have done it. More content is on the horizon for Final Fantasy Tactics. Yes, it is a good time to be alive. Tell me all about it down in the comments. What do you think? What do you want to see added to the game? That's the big one I really want to hear from y'all. What are we lacking and what can they do better? How can they really add to the game to enhance or increase our enjoyment of Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles? Please let me know down there what you think and how that could be achieved. With that said, huge shout out and thank you to my soldiers. You guys and gals are the ones that keep the content flowing, me going, and the lights glowing, so I'm really grateful for you. If you too want to support the channel, make sure you check out the links down below, where not only can you be a YouTube member, Patreon member, but also Ko-Fi's down there. And yeah, support the channel however you can, because it keeps everything rolling nicely here. And I'm really grateful to you all out there. Until next time, guys, I will catch y'all later, and keep it rolling. Bye.